What's up, everybody? This is Jay back. We are still here for local comic book shop day. And I got my boy Trung from back in the days.
Yeah.
Say hi to the people, Trung.
Hi, people.
So I'm going to ask him a few questions about the shop and this and that. Then we're going to get out of here. But I hope you guys have watched the first two videos that I put up already. And now, since nobody really interviews their local comic book shop, we're going to find out from the horse's mouth just what's going on in this industry and all that other stuff. So, ready?
Go ahead.
All right. We want you to state your full name and give us a brief history on Bailey's.
Okay. So, my name is Trung Nguyen. I like to pronounce it Nguyen phonetically. If not,
Like
you
the
won't be able
artist?
Yes, basically, yes. All right. But the actual way of pronouncing it is Nguyen. So, I say Nguyen, you say
Nguyen.
Exactly. Because if not, you're just going to butcher it anyway. So basically, I've been in the industry for over 30 years. This is my store now. I took it over about 4 years ago when my owner, my previous boss, decided to hang it up. So we were on the other side of town, and for years he kept on harping, it's okay, buy me out. But it's one of those things, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know how the industry is. I have to buy you in the building. That's a lot of money. So long story short, everything was sold, and then I told him, I'll take it over. I'll keep the name. I'll just move it on the other side of town. A smaller shop, but more compact, but more focused on comics. And here I am, still selling comics.
And you say more focused on comics, but if you guys have watched the tour already,
well,
he has statues, he has busts, he has Funko Pops.
But let's be honest, out of everything beside comics, the only thing that really sells is probably new comics and Funko Pops. It's like toys are slow sellers. Statues, high-end items, even though everyone thinks we sell it all a lot, but they're more like a birthday gift. I'm feeling depressed. I need to cheer myself up. I need to treat myself up. It's not an everyday gift. Only a small selected handful of people, when a statue comes out, they'll buy. But most people, they're not going to buy a big ticket item until down the road when they're ready for it.
Okay. Second question. What are your thoughts on the comic book industry currently and the supposed oncoming crash of the comic book industry?
All right, that's a good one. Personally, I believe the crash is here already. It's just that no one is paying attention. We're being held back from the crash because of the speculators, the people who buy books. Is what's kind of not keeping the industry alive. They're keeping the industry alive because of those people. We have variant covers and comic exclusive covers, which I think is a bane to the comic industry. It's just no one is actually realizing it. I mean, think about it. We're at a point now where if I was to buy a collection, I would not know every single comic cover of Amazing Spider-Man in the past few years because there's so many damn covers out there.
Okay, so that goes into my next question.
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on variant covers?
Okay, variant covers, I hate variant covers, all right? The only variant covers that I've always not liked, that was more fair in terms of even the playing field, was always the ratio variants in terms of 1 of 10, 1 of 25, 1 of 50, 1 of 100. Yes, not a lot of stores will ever do a 1 in 150. A normal, average-sized store, a very good selling book will be a 50-count book. Let's be honest. Like anything else, you're a bigger store. You just happen to be in a better town, city that have the clientele for it. And when I say the ratio is better, because at least it controls the market. Yes, Midtown will always have 10,000 copies of 1 in 100. Am I mad? No, they do the volume, so it's fair for them. I wish I had them, but it's fair for them. Maybe I'll get a 1 1 in 50, but at least it actually controls the market in terms of like then you know every store has at least maybe 1 or 2 that everyone fights for, whereas the comic exclusive covers, is that what you're talking about? Those are nice, and like I get it. In order to make money, you have to spend money, but what it's causing is anyone who's willing to gamble can actually get a variant. Like every single month, like DC, Marvel, and other companies will set aside a list of comics that is available for you to have an exclusive cover for. Then from there, they don't care how many stores do it because it's just numbers for them. And I think, don't quote me on it, I think the minimum order is 3,000. So you have to order at least 3,000 covers, followed by you have to pay the artist fee. So, you know, by the time it's all said and done, you're looking at a $10,000 minimum amount of money you lay out. And that's why these store exclusive variants are never cover price, because, you know, they have to pay for the cost of what they are. So that's where they bang you for the set prices, where it's always like a set of 3, where the first one is like 20, the second one is like 30, but the third one, the super rare one, it's only sold as a set because that's how they make their money on the back end. The problem with these variant comic covers is that you the comic fans, you dictate, because there's like 15 different covers. You're not going to buy all 15 covers, let's be honest.
Right.
You'll pick the one nice cover that everyone wants, and that will be the hot book of that cover. That'll be the book that everyone wants. And guess what? If you don't have that cover from your store, you're screwed. You're screwed.
So what do you think about the how DC does it with the A and B covers? But then they were doing it for the same price, but now the B covers are now the cardstock covers, and they're $1 extra now.
All right, this is DC. Excuse my pun. I love DC wholeheartedly, and Marvel. I mean, I make fun of all companies equally, but DC, I nickname them the dumb comics, right? Because everything they do recently, it's completely dumbfounded. I don't understand. So what DC did in the beginning, like every single month they have a theme month, and they ride the same theme month. Like this month is acetate covers, right? So their X amount of books will all have acetate covers, right? So with the cardstock, a couple months ago, I want to say back in October, don't quote me. No, October was recently, but somewhere around that, right? They decided to do cardstock paper, but it would be charged for an extra $1, right? And I was, not that I was okay with it. I'm like, that makes no sense, but whatever. It's only for a month. But what a lot of people don't realize is that slowly after that month of their theme month is gone, they've been sliding the cardstock cover in sporadically on certain books at certain intervals. So Batman 1 month won't have the cardstock, but the following month will have it. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm like, why are you doing this for an extra $1? I think they're testing the market to see if they could get away with $4.99, because I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to increase their money end with the extra $1. Is it right? I don't think so.
All right. So, what improvements can be made to the comic book shops to make things run better for not just for the owners, but for the customers too?
Oh, that's a good one. That's, I mean, whatever. It's hard because at the end of the day, every comic book reader, fan, we just want a good story.
Right.
And that's what it comes. We're tired of number ones. We're tired of, like, just tell us a good story. Don't go crazy. Don't go left field. Like, keep it simple. And they just don't understand. Like, stop doing, like, the massive crossover. Like, the current crossover with the Marvel Absolute Carnage, I like it because they kept it self-contained to just the main title, Absolute Carnage, and then Spider-Man and Venom, and any other crossover had its own Absolute Carnage. Like, for example, Immortal Hulk, there was an Absolute Carnage Immortal Hulk. I like that because it was not in the regular Incredible Immortal Hulk line. So this way, if you were just buying Immortal Hulk, you could just buy your regular book and not be affected by this Absolute Carnage stuff that you don't care about. And if you wanted to buy every single copy, that was your option to buy that book, rather than being forced to buy a book. Yeah, it's like, really? It's like, I was in the middle of reading this storyline, and then you throw Carnage in here for no apparent reason? That makes no sense. So just keep it streamlined, keep it simple. I mean, the price would always help. But let's be honest, we're at that point where it's never going to go down. The comic companies have reached that point where, you know what, you're used to paying $4, you're used to paying $5. If you don't like it, where else are you going to buy it? So there's not much left to do besides just treating the fans right, like giving us just good, solid stories. And that's all we really ask for. I mean, once in a while, like a hype book, it's nice to have, you know, as a fan, you're like, ooh, I got a $20 book. That's nice once in a while. But true readers really don't care about the price of our book. It's just, you know, let's be honest. We're going to die with it. We're going to be buried with our comics.
Okay, I didn't write this down, but polypropylene or Mylar?
Okay, in a perfect world, every book would be in Mylar/Mylites, right? That's the way to go. But the problem is that it's cost. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money to put everything in just bags and boards at the end of the day, right? The right way to do it is, you know, if you start out, you pick one and then you stick to it, then at least the cost of it won't be a burden in the front. But if you decide to go to Mylar, guess what? That's at least like with 20 large boxes of comics. That's a lot of money, right? But if you've done that through the years, then it would be fine. Like, you wouldn't feel the pinch. But like I said, in a perfect world, let's be honest, in a perfect world, every one of our comics would be slabbed.
Okay, that's perfect, because that means it's CGC, CBCS, or PGX. I personally like CGC. I just like the label better. I just like me in terms of the way it looks nicer. It looks more sharp. The label just pops out more than the CBCS, which is more like a old school.
Yeah, like that blue label looks like. I mean, I understand it comes off of a Xerox paper, but it just looks faded, man.
Why is it faded?
No, like no.
It's a wrap for CBCS.
No, but the blue isn't sharp. And then at the same time, yes, like CGC and CBCS is like up close. But at the end of the day, no matter what, let's be honest, like CGC sells at a higher premium. Yes, you could say like CBCS, but you know, it's like the truth is out there. Like, if you crunch all the numbers, if you ask anyone, if you had to spend the same amount of money on the same book, which one would you get? And I'm sure people would say CGC.
Yeah, because one thing that I don't like, even though they do the signature verification at CBCS, they don't do magazine-sized books at CBCS.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I mean,
there's some good stuff out there. I'm talking some of the old school Marvel graphic novels, like The Death of Captain Marvel, and stuff like that.
Or if you have some,
right, you know.
It's like, I think like they don't have the. It's like they have the manpower, but I don't think they're ready to go there yet. It's like, I'm sure they crunched the numbers and they're like, you know what? There's not enough magazines for us to.
Now there are.
well, because of Batman Damn, there are, and with the amount of Black Label that is being pushed now, I'm sure in the upcoming months, probably by next year, I wouldn't be surprised if they finally decided to do magazine, because like every Black Label book now is getting signed and autographs, so they're just losing money. So it's just a matter of time, honestly.
Okay. Statues or Funko Pops?
In terms of what? In terms of value, or in terms of
your personal collection? What would you like to have?
Like at my house, like
statues in your personal comic room, or a wall of Funko Pops?
Okay, if I had to, I would pick statues because it's still nicer. But if I had a desk, I would put one Funko Pop, if that helps. Okay?
And what would that Funko Pop be?
Oh, that's a good one. The Funko Pop? What? Blue Batman Chrome, because that sucker was the first Chrome one that I got screwed out of New York Comic Con. So I don't have it. So I have an imaginary empty clear box that says Blue Batman Chrome.
Do they have Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider with the bike?
Yes, they do have a Ghost Rider. It was a glow in the dark. It was a PX exclusive. I want to say, obviously, it had to be Johnny Blaze. Either that, or it was going to be Donnie Ketch, but more like Johnny Blaze. Yeah,
that's the one I would pick.
He's out there.
That's the one I would pick.
He's out there.
Any deals or sales for Black Friday or Christmas?
Deals next week. Well, as you've seen from the store is so packed that I'm at the point of every comic book shop, I'm out of room. So one thing I always said to myself from the old store, from my boss, it's like his store was so packed that he's like, I should have sold. And when I had the store, I promised myself every I wouldn't let it get out of control, but I did let it get out of control. Wife, kids, and all. Not that I'm blaming them. It's on me. I'm not using an excuse.
It's always the wife's fault.
No, not the wife's fault. The kids.
Okay.
It's like lack of sleep, lack of time, but at the end of the day, it's always on me. Like, I could always find the time to come in for an hour or two. So this year, towards the end, I think I'm gonna purge the store. Like,
prepare for the purge.
Yes.
Purge day is coming.
So I'm just tired of seeing everything where I have more stuff, but I have no place to put it. So I need to get rid of what's in the store. Not get rid of, sell the current stuff so I can make room.
We'd love if you just get rid of it.
In a perfect world, yes, that would be nice.
But
yes.
The store cannot stay open without money.
Yes. So hopefully, I think by Sunday, Monday, I should have a nice sale. I was supposed to have a sale today for a local comic shop, but like I told Jay, I'm like, thought about it, but it makes no sense with Black Friday being next week. So I didn't want to have a sale this week and then decide next week have a bigger sale. Then, I didn't want to screw anyone over. So here I am.
Okay, so for 2019, and if you could pick a publisher of the year, would it be Marvel or DC?
Ooh, 2019.
It's been a heck of a year.
Let me see. All right, I would still, as much as Marvel will always win out in the end. I know, it's very, like I said, I'm not biased. I don't hate DC, but DC are the dumb comics. They just do stuff that makes no sense. Come on, seriously, we're still waiting for Doomsday Clock, right?
It's going to be a good book when it comes out, though.
Yeah, but the difference, yes, it better explain.
I'll buy 4.
But the problem with DC is that till this day, and I always hark about it, they always bank on their big 3, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But let's be honest, it's really Batman, right? If you take Batman away, if you pull Batman off the shelf, they have nothing. They have nothing to sell.
Shazam.
That is late. That is late. Marvel, for all they're going back to number 1. Yes, we all complain. I complain too. I wish that they would just stick to the legacy number and just keep the number as is, but at least they've done the backup legacy number on top of the new number. It works in a way, but Marvel, at least, they always go forward. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, they always go forward. Like they don't look back in terms of like whatever they did. If it was bad, whatever, we just go forward.
Right.
DC, they go forward, then they go like, let me explain to you why that story, like right now, like they're still trying to explain Rebirth, which Rebirth is still trying to explain New 52, where New 52 is still trying to explain why the world went that way. I'm like, why? Can't we just go forward? So they're at that point where they're already planning their next line to 5G, not the phone line, but their fifth generation, where they're supposed to replace all the characters. I'm like,
that's why you guys need to get Far Sector.
And I'm going like, why are you showing us an upcoming storyline when you're still trying to explain the past three?
Okay, and last question, since it's been such a big thing in the comic book industry.
Uh-oh.
What is the best indie book of 2019?
The best indie book right now? I have to think about it. I would have to say there's a lot, but in terms of current, what would probably be like Once and Future.
That's what I thought.
Once and Future, because it's still new. It's like it's up to issue 3, so at least it's still new. Where everything else that was hot in the beginning, it's not hot anymore. Right. So that's the only problem with independence. Like these Savage Shores, when it came out, it was a hot book, but a hot book is only issue 1 and maybe issue 2, but that's it. Like that doesn't count. Where Once and Future, even at issue 3, people are still buying it. Where these Savage Shores, no one was buying issue 3, except if you were buying it, you would be one of 2. All right, so Once and Future, like right now, the semi-hot company is Boom. Right? And I think it's just because it's just playing on the market of like it's independent, low print run. It will be like everything now is a hot book. So any book that comes out that is small print run, art looks nice, drawn by whatever, they'll proclaim it hot. Look out for it. It will be made into a TV/movie. Every book will be made into a TV/movie. All right. So this is where they play into you being the spectator or whatever.
Speculator.
Yeah, the speculator. So that's where they get the number bump from. Where we all go on the same 3 websites that tell us what to buy every single week. Let's be honest.
eBay being one.
Yes. No, eBay was the 4th one. Yeah.
But all right. That is it, people. I hope that you enjoy your local comic book shop day. We're going to look forward to another round of interviews and such coming from Bailey's Comics over here in Lindenhurst, New York. And I don't know when that's going to be. It has to be before Free Comic Book Day. That's in like May.
May. Well, we'll probably... We could do something. Like I said, I have like CGCs that I haven't unpacked yet, so maybe
we could do a Bailey's Comics CGC unboxing, because I'm not great at nothing. I'm broke.
No,
but
it's okay. It's like not. Yeah, it's like it took me years, but it's kind of like it's interesting.
Good stuff too. Good stuff from New York Comic Con, right?
Yeah, from New York Comic Con. I personally finally grabbed my books just to get his slab. Like everything, like everyone thinks they're 9/8, then comes back. It's like a 6.5. I'm like, what? So you're never gonna win. You're never gonna win. But yeah, slabbing is fun, but it's expensive. Like I said, in a perfect world, we would get every book slabbed, because let's be honest, you don't read it more than once.
That's the truth. All right, people. I will see you next week. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And he has to open up the shop in a little bit, and we will not be doing a live show because I will not be taping his people. And I will catch you at the same bad time and at the same bad channel. Peace.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, T.
Yeah.